obviously me, this being my alma mater, but more importantly, having the opportunity to work in the ACC and work with Frank Bradley, who I swam with when I was here back in the 90s. I mean, that's really the draw for me. I always said if I was going to get back into this, I wanted to do it with Frank, and it's kind of like everything aligned together, and the opportunity aroused, and I jumped on it. I couldn't be more excited to be where I'm at right now.
How would you describe your coaching style?
It's aggressive with a focus on details. When I first got into coaching, it was more of ground and pound type training. Now it's obviously a little bit more science involved. Things have progressed in the sport so much over the years, and if you're not up on the science side of things, then you're behind. A lot more science involved, but still have that old school approach to it with the training, but a little bit more research involved.
And what do you hope to accomplish here at Florida State?
I think it's a complete culture change is what we're trying for. With bringing Frank in here, word's gotten out, and we've already seen that throughout the ACC already, and coaches that we've talked to and other teams that we've talked to, just bringing in an environment that not only is going to win ACC championships, but move on to the big meet, the NCAA championships, and place top 5 year in and year out would be the ultimate goal.
What were your favorite memories from your time here as a swimmer?
I had so many, with the pool being on campus. That was one of my favorite things, but just the team in general. I mean, with my freshman class coming in, we kind of changed the way this program was from a work standpoint, attitude standpoint. We thought nobody could beat us, and we carried that culture through all 4 years, and that's kind of what we want to reinstill here. We want that kind of attitude that, we're here to win and no one's going to stop us.
Kind of looking back at the record books, your name popped up an awful lot, especially in those relay spots.
Right.
What did you look forward to most about the relay aspect of it?
I think that it's a team thing at that point. You don't want to let your teammates down. You're on that spot. You earned your spot to be there, and you want to do whatever it takes to do your job, is kind of what I took it as. That was my job, to perform, and if you didn't perform, you're not going to be on the relay. And we were very fortunate. I was very fortunate to have 3 other guys that were with me that could all compete at that national level, and were very successful at it. But being on a relay is one of the biggest honors you can have, being a part of the swim team, especially if you're competing at ACCs and NCAAs. You're representing your school at the highest level, and to do it as a unit like that, couldn't ask for anything better.
And then I guess starting with where you're standing, how much has Tallahassee changed since you were here?
It's kind of funny. When I was here, my world was very small. I've told people this, in the short amount of time, 2.5 months that I've been here, I've seen more of Tallahassee now than what I did in the 4.5 years that I was here as a swimmer, just because you're so centralized. The school itself is amazing. The facilities have changed. They've, take a look around. I mean, this is one of the best training facilities in the country. That being the biggest thing for me, with the pool being on campus before, and now what we have here to deal with, couldn't ask for anything better.
And what's kind of the biggest, you've been here, done that, and you can definitely relate to what the student athletes are going through now. What's the biggest thing of advice that you can give to the student athletes now, or how to manage kind of both the student athlete side of things?
Well, sure. I mean, you're here to be a student first. That's the main focus. And then obviously if you're a scholarship athlete, this is your job. And it's being able to prioritize and handle both. And with the facilities and the people that we have here, that from an academic standpoint, from an athletic standpoint, the recipe's there for success. These kids are set up to succeed, not set up to fail here, and it's very difficult to fail with what we have in place from a facility standpoint, from an academic standpoint, from a coaching standpoint.